God, I'm so fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so irritated by this whole ordeal, man. God's really got me over on this one. Because it's like, look, guys, I spent all my time figuring out the fucking problem. You guys spent all your time being badasses and learning guns and being militias and night ops and shit. And don't get me wrong, I've had to do some, like, on the job training in my lifetime. But, like, it's, uh, it's like, I'm not nearly as good as most people. Plus, my leg's broken. It's really broken. I didn't mean to break it. I broke it trying to do what none of you motherfuckers are actually doing. It seems like, because if you're actually doing it, um, why are we having these problems, right? It's not our military prowess. That's not getting us out of the situation. I mean, in the whole Iraq Afghanistan war, like 950,000 dudes died. Not our side. We lost like 3,000 guys. But like that's what the news says. But how do we know that's not just another fucking made up number to keep us entrenched? How many people really died? I don't know. I wasn't there counting and picking up the little pieces. I know some did. I have friends. I was on a ship. I saw the bombs go out and come back with no bombs. I saw in the videos, right? I have friends who have seen lots of bits of people all over the place while trying to find a little piece of paper in a mess, right? It's just a thing, you know. You meet interesting people if you're out here touching grass. Although these days it's less grass and more a barbarian concrete jungle, slowly forcing everyone into totalitarian enslavement. But it used to be grass. Shit, in the fucking 80s it was grass. In the 90s it was grass. You know, now every fucking bicycle path you go to across the country, a lot of them are like abandoned now, or they just got like a fence in the middle of your bicycle trail. That's weird as fuck. Did anyone authorize this? You know, and it's just like, I mean, I could correctly identify the problem. So Governor Newsom is opening all these centers to help all the poor people in what you call it, somewhere in San Francisco, right? So we're gonna get all the people on the street. So what you have all these disbalanced people, and they're gonna put them in these clinics, and then what's gonna happen is they're gonna drop outsiders who are not from here and are just looking to insert themselves in the community, and they will basically meet one of these people, and then come into a challenged person, and then through them come into the organization, right? And then because they're highly a dangerous, aggressive agent of a jihadist organization, they're just going to take control of that. They're going to start using that to funnel in these underground situations. It's happening right now in my town. I just saw my first one. It's not even a new system, right? This is why they hit the communities with drugs first. Like I said, we got hit by this first. Technically, Antelope got hit by this first, so they would know the most, assuming there's still even a town there, right? And they haven't been eliminated in the middle of the night when no one was looking. But the reality situation is, yeah, at first they come in, they hit your town with good times, with a lot of covert dosing, things like this. Create a disbalanced population. Use the disbalanced population to claim the need for personal. Oh, we got to import experts because all our experts are all fucked up on random drugs and shit because we attacked their children with a covert campaign of pharmacological warfare, right? And then that gets the ground logistics in the working slaves, the lowest on the caste, right? And then they get like the lay of the land, but only up until the point where they have communities, and then they get an idea based on those communities that they're in, and then they all connect, and they're like, we run this shit now. But they're all insular, so they actually have no idea what fucking America is. Most of them are not assimilated in any way, shape, or form. They don't realize, they have no conception based on where they're coming from of a massive rural armed population because they're from a desert. You can't have massive armed rural populations in the desert. It literally doesn't happen. That's why they're trying to turn everything into a caliphate because that's what they're used to. It's easier for them to control, right? And so it's just like, man, I wish I was in charge of a fucking military at this point. Not for any dickhead reason like I want to be in, just because like I could shut down like the West Coast to all this bullshit like over fucking night if I had a fucking military. And it wouldn't even be hard, and it wouldn't make the fucking news, right? It's getting irritating, guys. It's getting irritating because like, how much? Maybe more examples like, yeah, you're like, I have 5 years. Is like, yo, this is me, right? Maybe I got a drone following me, maybe I don't, but trust me, the problem I'm working on is real, and it's real enough that even the people who are in ultimate charge realize I'm fucking right and want me to succeed, But there's no way. The whole organization is subverted by retardation and faction infighting between traumatized children. I had a dude in call today say everyone's been MK Ultra. That's not true, dog. I hid under the chairs. Most of these guys are just Sanjanician Raj. These are just mostly Rajneeshis from the 1970s, adapted to other cultures. But this, it really is. That's all it is. What are they doing to people to cause this? Well, they're getting them when they're like 4, and they're doing the thing you see in Ashram and Pune to children. That's what they're doing to them. Everyone who's like this has happened to it, whether they realize it or not, or blocked it off. So they're technically victims, but they're also technically a huge fucking problem. Right? And they get along better with these fucking people coming from overseas because they're all like them. They've also been abused, but over there it's in a formulaic fashion. It's accepted by all of society. They don't have to do it covertly by getting all the kids into a bus and taking them on a fucking field trip and not actually go on that field trip and go on a whole new field trip with a brand new experience of what the Rajneeshis do. And if you haven't seen that video, just like I said, if you want to know you don't need the Epstein files to know what was going on. What Epstein was doing, right, was he was doing the Ashram and Pune thing. Watch the documentary, right, with prepubescents in the mix. He had these guys drugged up. Either he dosed them or they gave him bad water or whatever, right? He probably scared the shit out of them because these are old people. But then brought them into this new way of thinking, and really he's on everybody's side, and they just got to do what he says, and everything's going to be chill. And look, here's all the wealth of the world before you. You've crossed through the portal. But all he's doing is taking these motherfuckers from their own cities to their own cities and taking credit for like everything that's fucking happening and creating a diluted caste system behind him. And now there's a bunch of people doing this and teaming up to do it together, right? And it's just like, we could shut this shit down, right? Where's my 1,000 dudes? Do I not get 1,000 dudes? Where's a Black Hawk helicopter from the government to come fucking arrest me? I have done everything I can to get these attention. I have scarred my mind to try and just get a Fed to fucking approach me so I can grab him by his weaselly fucking neck and shake him and be like, take me to your leader, right? Like it's silly, dude. The fear is silly. The retardation is silly. Where do I find the real people? Because they're not outside. I'm outside all the time. And they're not at the internet. And they're not partying. And they don't seem to be fucking working. So am I the only one that actually gives a shit about these fucking problems? Right? Like, you guys can't keep your heads under the sand for fucking ever. This is a cultural demographic problem based off deeply entrenched habitation from epigenetic genealogies going back centuries. And some of them are incompatible. And what is happening here in America is not compatible with American way of life. And Americans don't want it. They can't technically terraform us to be Chennai, India. We too, technically, can have the blessings of a massive disenfranchised male population, industrial devastation, trash everywhere, the highest rates of abuse and inbreeding in the known fucking world. In order that 10 dudes can basically maintain harems and just kind of interchangeably swap their 35-year-olds out for a new 22-year-old, just tossing her out in the street and a new one, right? While the rest of the country is like this. Like that's what it's like over there. You guys are making like that here. That's not survivable actually for Earth, right? Because they've already got all the cell phones. If they come take over America and they also have all the weapons, it gets really bad for everybody, okay? And now, like, you think the president is on your side? You're retarded. Okay? Everyone's like, oh, Trump's doing these things for us. Okay, we're outnumbered in terms of militarized males. We are outnumbered. We could all militarize overnight and crush this problem. But we're not treating it like a war, and they are. That's what makes you militarized. You're treating it like a war. All right? They're literally using our own systems against us to insert, like, hardened jihadists. Right, who still have a very old school philosophy about the nature of the world, how the world works. Okay, like these people, they're deluded, right? And it's not okay. And the whole ICE thing. One thing a lot of people don't bring up about Alex Petty is he seemed to have an ICE uniform on. The dude who got shot by ICE had an ICE uniform on. Was it IDF shooting Americans? Was it Americans catching an IDF who had been pretending to be ICE and shooting people on the side, pretending to be Americans, being IDF, being ICE? Do you understand how this war is being fought? Like, you guys are not in the trenches. You are not thinking about this. I can go on right now on the fucking Instagram and find videos of a dude who's definitely getting his rap career by just shooting some random dude. You know they do that, right? Like, show me you want it. Here's a gun. Drive to a random street corner. Shoot somebody. Come up. And the dude will, you know, I'm that nigga because he's just tired of the street. I want to be rich. Right? And then they fucking plop him into a fucking porn studio or a music studio and they just start feeding them 16-year-olds and say they're 18. Like, this is the shit we're dealing with. Right? This is disgusting. This is repugnant to like my soul. And if it is repugnant to your soul, come over on my side. And if it's not repugnant onto your soul, don't pretend to be on my side. Don't call me your brother. Right? I am sick of jihadist goat fucking baby rapists calling me their brother in my own country. I'm not for it, guys. If you're not for it, hit me up.